to Red Dead Redemption 2. Today, it's Tuesday, and typically we get some content on Tuesday, and we did today. We got a new free roam event, although Rockstar hasn't really announced what it is yet, and I haven't had it pop up. I believe it is the fishing event, but I'm not 100% sure. I've been waiting, let's see here, going on almost 2.5 hours now, and unable to get any new free roam event to pop. But regardless, we got a new hat and a vest today, so yay. But regardless, we did actually have a pretty exciting update from Rockstar in a Newswire post. So this is kind of talking about things that are coming in the future, and some of this I'm really excited about, and it actually pertains to things that I have been complaining about and saying need to be improved drastically. So hopefully this particular update will actually bring some really nice changes to Red Dead Redemption 2 Online. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Is it the new fishing event? That's the only other free roam event that they have announced so far, so I can only assume that's the one that's available. But definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll make sure? Good words, Tag. I'll make sure to review it once I finally get it to pop for myself. Now, with each passing week, we continue to add more to the Red Dead Redemption Online beta. And the next 4 weeks will bring new showdown modes and racing modes, as well as a new free roam event that launched earlier today. That's all they said. They didn't say which one it was, alongside incorporating player feedback and addressing existing issues. The beta period has allowed us to lay the groundwork for the more advanced aspects of Red Dead Online still to come. Our experience of building other online worlds has helped us create a more evolved foundation for the open spaces of Red Dead Online, but the world of Red Dead Online will evolve in its own unique direction, one in which players have greater freedom to customize their playstyle uniquely over time, allowing them to sink into the world and their character and feel more connected to the experience of living as a cowboy, outlaws, and gunslingers in the wild of 19th century America. So this sounds really good, and as I've been stating, despite my complaints of the Red Dead Online beta, I have mentioned many times that this is a beta, and in fact, well, they did put in-game currency, like premium currency in a beta. That's a big no-no. That's usually a flag saying, you know, this is out of the beta. I don't know why they did it. Maybe it was Take-Two Interactive that forced it. I have no idea. Really bad move, but regardless, this is a beta, and you can clearly tell that they're working on the core mechanics of the game. It's taking a lot longer than we all anticipated, and I have complained a lot, but regardless, at the end of the day, we kind of knew how this was going to pan out, and unfortunately, it's just been a lot slower than we all anticipated, because we love Red Dead Redemption 2 single player so much. We just wanted that same experience in online, and we didn't get it, so obviously there's going to be a lot of frustration. But some of this is really exciting. The next major update is currently planned to arrive later this spring, bringing a host of features, upgraded, and new content. So, we know we have content at least for the next 4 weeks, so I'm anticipating this update being in mid-April, probably around April 15th, I would say. I don't think it's going to be any later than the end of April. I'd be very surprised if it popped in May, so I'm definitely expecting this to be mid-April, which is really exciting. We don't have to wait very long for this. So, there are going to be updates to the Hostilities System. The Hostilities System builds upon the anti-griefing measures added in February, with smarter and responsive features that keep players immersed in the world through confrontations and PvP action. For example, players who have damage inflicted on them by attackers will be able to defend themselves without incurring bounties or hostility increases. Thank you, Jesus. I complained about this a lot, and I know many other YouTubers probably did as well, because it was horrible when it was first enacted. If somebody harasses, so much as throws a lasso at you, that should allow you to do whatever you so please. Stick dynamite up their ass, I don't care. If somebody even so much as tries to touch you, you should have the ability to defend yourself without any repercussions. Like earlier, just as I was getting ready to record this, I was sitting AFK in the woods, and some would-be griefer thought it would be cool to walk up to me and throw a lasso, but little did he know, I wasn't AFK. I was, but I could hear him walking up to me in my headset, and I saw on my OBS that it was a red dot, and I was like, this guy's going to try and grief me because he thinks he's cool and I'm AFK. Throws his lasso, and I shot him in the head. But, obviously, that's going to be negatively impact me because I defended myself, which is ridiculous. Now, previously, the attacker and target would be marked as an enemy. Now, the attacker who inflicts the damage will be immediately marked as an enemy to the attacked player. Players will not accumulate hostility increases for killing other players who are marked as an enemy. I do think that's a really good change. Now, if it only is damage, this is bad. That means people can still grief with lassos and stuff like that. And when you go to defend yourself from that, you're going to be the enemy and people are going to kill you. So Rockstar needs to keep that in mind. So Rockstar, if you're watching this, please make sure if somebody even touches you with a lasso or threatens you, targets you with a lasso, maybe, I don't even know how you would do it, but there's going to be a major issue with people lassoing people, getting them to get flagged as an enemy, and then that person who lassoed you is going to be able to kill you without any repercussions. So I can already see that being an issue. Hostility increases will not apply within structured events, such as free roam events, free roam missions, showdowns, and races. Engaging in player versus player behaviors related to free roam missions will not incur hostility increases. However, attacking other players not engaged in the activity will cause your hostility level to rise. The hostility system has many more functions and will help balance experiences for all playstyles. I do think this is definitely a step in the right direction, and I'm really glad to see this, although things are definitely going to need to be perfected as far as lassos or griefing people in ways that don't cause damage to cause that person to cause damage to them. You know what I'm saying. It's going to be an issue. We know that already. People online are assholes, and they're going to do whatever they can to be so. Style options. This is particularly exciting, and some of this stuff in here will fix the issues with the lasso that I was mentioning. It's not going to be perfect, but since you have the ability to switch in between these offensive and defensive playing styles, I think it will coexist with the hostility system very well. Now, some players just want to immerse themselves in the world, riding, hunting, and fishing in peace. We want to offer these options while allowing players to coexist comfortably alongside other players in the world. The offensive playing style is much like the current free roam play as we know it, while the defensive play style is a more evolved version of the passive mode concept, designed for Red Dead Online's more grounded experience, giving players more flexibility in how they interact with the world, at the same time de-emphasizing hostile contact with other players. Choosing the defensive option introduces balances that complement a less confrontational approach. Defensive players cannot be lassoed by rival players, although if a defensive player lassos another player, they'll be removed from defensive play and incur a significant hostility level increase. Defensive players will trade the ability to lock onto other players for the benefit that other players will not be able to lock onto the defensive players. So I think this is really good. And obviously, having other people, like offensive players, not being able to target you as a defensive player is going to make it a lot easier to traverse the world, because everybody is so used to having that auto aim that they're probably going to be pretty terrible when it comes to free aim. So I definitely think this is a really, really nice thing. So this is basically passive mode for people. Now, you can still be targeted. Let's go into the rest of this. While defensive players can target and be targeted in free aim, they cannot deliver or receive critical hits. If a defensive player is attacked with a headshot, they'll survive and be able to defend themselves via the hostility system or escape, all while remaining defensive. There are several other adjustments that come with the defensive playing style, all of which are built to work seamlessly with systems like hostility and bounties to keep all players rooted in the world. This is pretty good. I'm actually really excited about these updates for the hostility system and offensive and defensive playing styles. This is basically the passive mode that everybody's been wanting. It's not 100% passive mode, but I think it's a really good inclusion. So technically you could still be killed by somebody in free aim, but you're going to have, you know, additional benefits to where they can't auto-target you, they can't critical hit you, probably by giving you a headshot or something like that. So you're going to have significantly higher survivability, and it's going to make people probably less likely to die. Now, all of these things combined, and if they keep growing upon this, I feel like this is going to end up to being very, very good. And I'm glad that they're working on the groundworks of all of this stuff before initiating, you know, larger updates and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see this stuff getting included now, because if we were still having major issues like this, and adding new content, people would still really not want to play that much. So I definitely think this is a really good system. A lot of people are going to be very excited about this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And having the ability to switch in from defensive to offensive in the same lobby and stuff like that, and being able to play seamlessly is really nice. Although, if you're going to kill somebody, make sure to switch to offensive, because you're going to take a major hostility basically increase if you don't switch to offensive first before, you know, deciding to kill somebody. So just keep that in mind. But really good looking so far. Good looking so far? I don't know. I'm excited about it. Now, these next three things I'm very excited about. This is phenomenal. This is the best part of the update, maybe. So we got some new additions to include more A Land of Opportunity missions. We're finally getting more story to Red Dead Online. Continue Jessica Leclerc's search for revenge as you explore the path of a gunslinger or an outlaw. Very exciting. Finally getting some more story. We don't know how much content we're getting. I'd expect probably about the same amount of story missions as we got in the original release. I'd be surprised if it was only like 1 or 2. So expect probably a decent amount of missions, and I'm really excited about this because I really enjoyed the story so far and playing through it. So I'm definitely excited to get back into that. Now, new free roam missions. I have expressed my disdain for free roam missions, but we're going to be getting new mission givers and new mission types. Red Dead Online is set in the years before the single-player story, so expect to encounter a range of new and familiar faces as you traverse the frontier. So we're probably going to encounter some more of these single-player characters. I don't know if they're going to be main characters. Definitely not Arthur Morgan, because he said specifically that he's never been this far south before. So I'd be very surprised to see him, but we'll probably see some other faces that we'll recognize from the single-player campaign, which is particularly exciting. Now, hopefully these new mission types will be a lot better than the current ones we have, because they're really not that great to do. Hopefully they increase some of the XP and rewards for having done them, because right now they're just not set up great. Basically, to get the maximum rewards, you have to take up the entire time and hand it in just before it ends. I feel like you should be rewarded on doing things quickly, not doing them slowly. Hopefully that changes. Now, the next bit is the bit I have been complaining about and saying that needs to be added to free roam. This is something that's going to be, in my opinion, truly amazing. The introduction of dynamic events. We're finally having stuff added to free roam, like legitimate free roam stuff. I'm so excited about this. So, we're going to be able to fight off ambushes, initiate rescues, defend folks in need, and more as you travel across the world. And I've been stating so many times that adding anything into free roam is going to make it a lot more exciting to play, give people more reason to actually be in the game in between game modes and stuff like that. So this is very exciting, and I'm really excited to see how these dynamic events are going to play out. We get to defend folks on the side of the road, basically like random encounters, defending folks on the side of the road. It'd be really nice if we could defend towns from like robbers and stuff like that. I think that would be really, really exciting. I'm definitely excited to see how these dynamic events are going to play out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is probably one of the more exciting things, in my opinion, other than maybe the new story mission stuff. Definitely excited to see how this plan pans out. Now, all this plus updates to the character creator, restructure daily challenges that eliminate hostile gameplay in free roam, and introduce streaks for bigger rewards. Pretty freaking awesome. Another thing I complained about, and I'm glad Rockstar has listened, because I guarantee I'm not the only one that complained about it. The return of another classic weapon, the Lamont Revolver. Lamont Revolver? From the original Red Dead Redemption, and much more. In the coming months, we will continue to add features and content that will allow players to immerse themselves in the world of Red Dead Online in brand new ways as they choose what kind of life they will make for themselves in Frontier America. Definitely starting to get excited now. Past couple weeks, I've been not very excited about Red Dead Redemption 2 Online. With this, hopefully coming mid-April or late April, very excited to see how this pans out. New story missions. There's a lot of really good content coming in this. This will definitely get me back into playing Red Dead Online, probably on a daily basis. I've been wanting to, but it's just I just don't enjoy it right now. There's just not the type, for me personally, the content isn't there that I enjoy. But a lot of this stuff, we got new story missions, dynamic events, things that are happening in free roam that make it a lot more pleasurable to play. Definitely excited to get back into this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see you all in the next one.